GRC, back in the wild. Hi Internet, welcome back to Geordie Retro Chasers and welcome to another episode of Hunting in the Wild. Okay, as per usual, our usual screening and our usual agenda has been fulfilled this week. We are back out in the wilds of the northeast. We are visiting car boot fairs, looking for anything from the 80s and 90s which holds that retro vintage goodness. You know, as we always say, we're talking movies, books, toys, games, all of the above. Let's get out there, let's have a look, and let's see what we can find this week on GRC Out in the Wild. Okay guys, that is the car boot fair done. What you got there, Lil? Let me see. Rubble on the double. We are going to pick up 2 Facebook Marketplace pickups. It's back to Chase HQ. Hold tight. Welcome back to Chase HQ, everybody. Alright, let's get into this week's pickups. Okay, so the boot fairs were a little bit of a mixed emotions this week. As you'll have seen on the footage, I did come across quite a bit of retro nostalgic goodness. You know, we found quite a few toys, we found some decent books, found some decent DVDs. But for some reason or another, I didn't seem to buy very much this week. So this week's pickups video is probably going to be that little bit shorter. But, you know, we certainly didn't walk away empty-handed. So, without further ado, let's have a look at what we did actually pick up this week. Okay, as I've just mentioned, this show wouldn't really be a show if we didn't talk about certain books that I've been picking up recently. And we found a lovely little gem from 1991 this week. Something that I'm going to read with my daughter. You know, when you just see something and you think, that looks old. So when I picked it up, here it is. This is what it was from 1991. And it is the Winnie the Pooh book. Yeah, you know, not a massive thing to kick off my pickups video with, but, you know, one that I'm pretty stoked that I picked up. Probably one that definitely won't make its way into my collection. But, you know, as you can see on the VT here, something I'm definitely going to look forward to reading with my daughter. So my first pickup of this week was a nice 20p 1991 Winnie the Pooh and Tigger book. Okay, for 2 weeks running now, the boot fairs have thrown up some pretty decent stuff when it comes to disc-based games. You know, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, PS3, all those various different consoles. Yes, you do, as you see in the footage, you see hundreds of FIFAs, and you do see a lot of crap and a lot of shelf fillers. But if you do pick through it, you know, you can find yourself a couple of gems. And the games I'm going to show you that we picked up today all cost me in the region of either 50 pence or to £1. So, without further ado, let's have a look, because I am going to keep some of these and some of them I am going to flip. So let's have a look at the discs we picked up today. Okay, starting with 4 games that I found for a console that, when you're at the boot fairs, it is generally pretty rare to find these. You know, your general staples are your Xbox 360s, your PS2 and your PS3, PS4 and your Xbox Ones. Your OG Xbox, the original Xbox, they're few and far between. And when you do pick them up, they are generally not the greatest. So I was really surprised to pick these up today. So let's have a quick look at what we got. Starting off with an absolute killer of a game, and it is, you know, we'll see it on the VT here. First one is Need for Speed Underground. All of these games, by the way, are complete, so if we can have a quick look. You know, here you can see there's a nice manual, and of course the disc. The guy wanted £1 each for these, so, you know, when you was fishing through them, there was quite a few there, but I only selected 4, kicking off with Need for Speed Underground. The next one, which we'll not say much about because it was, you know, not the greatest of games, but it is okay and definitely worth £1, was Topspin. Half decent little tennis game. Not really much else to say about Topspin. The next one is Ghost Recon 2, a game I'm not quite familiar with, but one I'm definitely going to look forward to playing through. I am familiar with the Ghost Recon series, but I haven't actually played the second one in the franchise. So again, happy days, nice pickup for £1. And the one that I was pretty much more proud of for picking up for £1. Now I have flipped this on eBay before, so this one might make its way into my collection. Timesplit 2, a fantastic game. Again, nice and complete. If you haven't played this, as you can see, you can pick yourself up a copy relatively cheap for £1. And it was definitely worth playing. This one's Timesplit 2 actually, but if you are looking for a half decent first person shooter, and I definitely suggest a shot of Timesplit 2. Alright, the next console was the PlayStation 3. And 3 out of 4 of the PlayStation 3 games that we picked up were driving games, so let's have a quick look at those now. And the first one was Need for Speed The Run. Again, these were only 50p. They were actually cheaper than the OG Xbox. You know, these will flip on eBay all day long. So, yep, Need for Speed The Run. Then we got Driver San Francisco. You know, again, a game I've mentioned on this show before. Something that we're really proud of because the original Driver game was designed up here in the great northeast of England. In fact, I think it might have been Gateshead. So, yeah, pretty stoked to pick that up. And last but not least, it is another Need for Speed game. Need for Speed Shift. Again, nice little flipper on eBay. Sorry, we had one more PlayStation 4 game left. The last one we picked up was Little Big Planet. Again, honestly, I have shifted so many copies of this across both the PS3 and PS4 platforms. So happy to pick this up for 50p or whatever I paid for it. Happy days. Actually, made another mistake here. We had one more OG Xbox game to show you. I haven't done very well this week with this video, have I? And the other OG Xbox game was Project Gotham Racing 2. Do I collect Xbox games? Probably not. Will these probably go into the stockpile for the convention in October? More than likely. But yeah, there we are. Promise you the last Xbox game. And to round off it, we picked up 2 Wii games. Now, as you know, I'm a big Nintendo fan, so I am trying to collect a full collection of Nintendo Wii and Nintendo Wii U. So I don't have either of these, so these will go into my collection, and they are Rayman Raven Rabbits and Sonic and the Secret Rings. You know, I haven't played this Sonic game, but I read a couple of reviews on the way home, and it didn't get very good marks, but I am really familiar with Rayman Raven Rabbits, and both of these were 50p each, bought from the same vendor. Sweet. Okay, we only have 3 more pickups to show you, and we are done. The last thing I picked up from the boot fair, I see these guys every week. I'm going to pop their card in the top corner here so you can see it. Here is what it is. The replica Dennis Nady Jurassic Park license plate. So, me and Mrs. GRC are having a bit of a dilemma over this. We mentioned this on last week's episode. Do we keep it in its seal or do we open it and put it on the door? But really happy to pick this up. Got it for a really good price. One of my favourite films, something that I really enjoy. Something I don't own much of when it comes to collectibles or memorabilia. So really happy to add the Jurassic Park replica license plate. Pickups of the week. 2 pickups of the week didn't come from the boot fairs this time. They actually came from the minefield that is Facebook Marketplace. And here they are. 2 new He-Man Masters of the Universe action figures. Have I caught the bug because of Kevin Smith's re-release on Netflix? You goddamn better believe it, boy, I have. I've seen these. I've seen them in Forbidden Planet. I've seen them in Asda. But there was some reason why I never bought them when I was out and about. But I did manage to pick them up, although I didn't take any footage of it. So I do apologise, guys. But these are Facebook Marketplace, and they were one of the 2 pickups we mentioned in the footage. So big shout out whoever you were who sold me these. And my last pickup of the week is a Sega Game Gear bundle, which I picked up again on Facebook Marketplace today. Let's have a little look at what we got in the bundle today now. As you can see, we got the Game Gear itself and 6 games, and they were, which we'll be able to have a look at, we're looking at here on the VT, is Chuck Rock, Echo the Dolphin, G-Lock. This is, it's a 4-in-1 Sega Game Power Pack 4-in-1. Marble Madness, true classic. And a Game Gear wouldn't be a Game Gear without good old Mr. Hedgehog, Sonic. Now, the lady originally wanted 50 quid for that bundle, but the Game Gear doesn't really work properly. It is going to need recapped. So, maybe and me, I said, what's the best price you would take? She said, make me an offer. So we did, and we settled on 35 quid, which isn't too bad, really. Yeah, I know it's a faulty Game Gear, but those 6 games are pretty sweet, and for 35 quid, I thought I was having them. So they came home with me, and that concludes my pickups for this week. Thank you very much again for tuning in to Geordie Retro Chasers. Not as long as it normally would be this week as far as pickups is concerned. Just wasn't, came across plenty, but nothing that really caught my attention I wanted to bring home. Keep your eyes peeled. We are going to be doing 10 to 5 in my top NES games coming next week. I know I keep saying that, and sometimes they're delayed by a week, but hopefully we should get that out and about over the next sort of 2 or 3 days. But as always, as we always end this show, from me, Mrs. GRC, the little person, we'll see you on the flip side. Peace, guys.